think it's important to have motivation so that way, everything, all your goals and all other aspects you look for, you try to reach in your life, motivation, whether it's yourself or others, pushes you to want to reach those goals and gives you a reason and drive to achieve those goals. I think finding a club or an activity or any other extracurricular activity that really benefits them, or what they really are interested in. Like, it doesn't have to be athletics or even Leo Club or something, if it's art club or theater or band, and they feel they're comfortable there, it's a safe environment that they're comfortable in and gives them opportunities to improve themselves and become a more positive or motivated person. I think success can be found anywhere and by anyone. It doesn't matter where you're from or who you are. It's how motivated or how determined you are to be successful that will determine who you are.
Individuality is like a person expressing themselves in the way that they want to. Being individual is very important because you can express yourself in the way you want to and not the way others want you. I myself used to be part of a very small social group, and my quality of life and the way I live every day has improved so much since I started hanging out with more people and just decided to be me. I really just started talking to people. Like, I would, if I usually sat with one group of people at a table during a certain class, I would sit with a different group of people. Or if I sat with a group of people at lunch, I would sit with a different group and change every day until I knew everyone. And then you can really decide who you want to be that way. You really just can't let it get to you, because there will always be people who will not like you or won't like what you do or how you act or who you are. And you just have to be around more people who do accept what you are.
Self-value to me is kind of like loving yourself and loving who you are and not really worrying about what other people think about you and just kind of doing your own thing. I think self-value is really important to have because if you have self-value, then again, you're not really worrying about what other people think and you're not really letting other people bring you down a lot. There's a lot of images about women that I think teenagers are trying to follow, the clear skin and the perfect body and the small waist and everything. Social media and everything plays a really big role in that, I think. Whenever I transitioned from junior high to high school, I know my self-value dropped because you're around so many older people and so many older girls who have already kind of past that part, I guess, and kind of just gotten confident with their self. It was really hard for me to kind of be comfortable with myself whenever I was around so many other people that were already confident with themselves, I guess. I think they should know that they're not alone, and whenever they do go to school, they can talk to teachers or principals, or maybe if there's someone that they're kind of close to at school, they can kind of talk to them and figure out a way that they can talk to maybe an adult about what's going on so they can get help. I think the people that you that you hang out with plays a big role in your self-value, and the activities that you partake in can have a big role in your self-value too. Love yourself for who you are and not really care about what other people think of you, and don't put yourself in hurtful situations or situations that can cause you harm.
So I have a friend that's been bullied before, and what I did was I went up to that bully and I told them to stop it, that it's not doing them any better or making them what do they get out of it? They're making the problem worse while we're trying to fix something that's been going on forever. Well, we need to trust our parents. We need to tell them what's been going on at school, not be scared. Maybe they have a solution to our problems. Maybe they can come out to our counselors if you don't want to do it yourself. And then your counselors will do something about it. Like, they don't even have to, like, you don't have to tell your counselors, like, your parents can do it for you. You just have to trust in them for them to help you. It's never okay to feel alone. Like, someone's always gonna be there for you. And don't be scared, like, to be a snitch or whatever, because you're not. You're just trying to help others. You're not the only one being bullied. Trust your friends, just the closest people you feel comfortable with. Like, just don't be quiet. Stand up for each other, speak up more, because bullying ain't gonna stop if our counselors or school doesn't know what's going on, or what kind of bullying, like physical or verbally or stuff like that.
Depression is kind of like mood swings of sadness or despair that kind of just are there to destroy who you are and destroy you from being who you want to be. It's everywhere, and yet people don't know that it's there. It's important to, if you feel like there's somebody that you know that is in depression or is suffering from depression, it's important to know how to approach them and how to talk to them so things don't get worse than what they already are. A good place to talk about depression is school. School is a very great spot to talk about depression. You can talk to your teachers, because they are very willing to hear your story and to see what they can do to help you. They're only there to help you. It's also important to talk about what you're feeling at home as well to your parents, to tell them exactly what you're feeling and to let them know what's going on in your life so that they understand what the next step is. The first step to kind of push them away from that is to understand that they're going through something like that and that they need help. And although sometimes they might want to isolate themselves from help and they might want to push you away from helping because they want to go through it alone and not with someone else, it's still important to let them know that you are there for them and that you are willing to fight for their happiness. So the next step to stopping the progress of depression or stopping sadness is kind of to ask them passive questions or passive positive, kind of sneak in some questions so that they don't know exactly that you're going towards their depression, and asking them like how their day was, or if there's anything that you can do today to help them out. Although you can't force someone to talk to you, it's important to let them know that you are there for them and that you are willing to talk about what they're feeling in their life.